Well, good morning. I'm glad to be here. We are back again for our Bella Box Day, and so happy that you guys could join us. Chris went over a ton of stuff this morning, and so I'm just going to get right to it because we are very limited as far as time goes. Hello, everybody. Tanya, it's good to see you. I'm so happy that everybody's here. But a couple of things. We're going to get started. We're going to do this create banner. This is the one that came out of my Bella box, and it was so fun. I don't have a banner at my house, and I thought, what a great opportunity for me to finally get one and put it up. And I have the perfect place in my sewing room to put this, and I thought, oh, this is a great one to decorate my sewing room. So I'm excited about that. So I finished that up. So in your Bella box, you will get 2 pieces of felt. The first piece will come in your embellishment kit, and it looks like this, and they are 18 by 12. Okay, this really great buttermilk felt that you get in your Bella box. The other one comes in a package that looks like this. Okay, so those are the 2 pieces that you will be using for this banner. And you will need to cut them 6 by 5. Okay, and as Barb explained to you, you get your cutting instructions on that, and it shows you how to do it. How to cut your pieces out of your felt from your Bella box cut list. So that works out really nice, so that you'll get 6 pieces out of each one, and you'll need one for the front and one for the back, and we'll go through all of that on how to take that out and put it onto your back. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to be using a wash away stabilizer. Kimberbell has the new pre-cuts that fit the 5x7 hoop just perfect. So that's the one that I picked, was this wash away pre-cut. If you have it on a roll, that works just as good, but it feels like a mesh, almost like a piece of mesh, just so that you can kind of see it here. And it's really nice. I love their wash away. The pre-cut works really nice for this particular project. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and hooped up my pre-cut. As you can see in my 5x7 hoop, it works awesome. Okay, so I hooped that into my 5x7 hoop. Okay, I'm going to just start with a cream colored thread, and I've got also cream color in my bobbin. So that works out really nice. And so you're going to bring up your design, and we're going to start with the C, because that's the same as in your instructions, and it works really nice. What I have done, just kind of what I like to do with my instructions when I get them, I take them and I print them out, and I put them in a folder. These I have taken because if I do any traveling with them, if I take them anywhere like to a class or something, I usually put them in a sheet protector. At home, I usually will just punch a hole in them and put them in a binder of some sort. But these I have in a little sheet protector so that they're protected, and they're easy to access. So that's what I've done. I printed off my instructions, and I put them in this little, of course I had to use Kimberbell orange for my folder, and that way I knew that it was for my Bella box. So I'll put all of my instructions in this, but right now, so that I don't get confused, I've just got the one project that I'm doing here. So I've taken those and put them into a folder. It keeps them nice, and I don't lose them, because I do have a tendency to do that. As I'm creating in my sewing room, it gets kind of messy. So anyway, hoop this up, bring up your design on your machine. We are going to start with the C, and pretty simple. This is a fast, easy, simple project that you get quick results. So that's really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into my machine, and the first thing that it's going to stitch out is the placement line for your felt. So we're ready to go there, stitching that out. Okay, I've gone through and picked out some fabrics. Mine are going to be a little bit different. I do have this one that I followed the Kimberbell fabric, but I thought this second one that I'm making, I'm going to do it a little bit different. The fabric's a little bit different. So I've chosen a few different fabrics. Okay, so that's given me my placement line for my banner. Okay, and I'm going to take some of this amazing Kimberbell tape with from our dispenser here. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to just put a couple pieces of tape down to hold that in place, because as you know, sometimes our foot gets caught in places that we don't want and it will lift and move it around. So I've taken that and placed that there. Okay, so then what this is going to do, it is going to do our tack down for our banner. So you just make sure that that piece of felt covers up that placement line. And then that just goes right there and tacks that down. Now we don't trim this at all until after we take it out of the hoop at the end, after it is totally done. Okay, so then the next step that this is going to do is it's going to give us our placement line for our letter. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that. And the charm pack that they gave us, in our Bella box, oh my gosh, you have so many choices that you can do to pick out whatever colors you want for this. And I thought that's really great. So the one that I picked for the letter C is the same as what they had. Okay, so I'm going to use the blue polka dot. So at this point, I'm going to change my thread to the blue color. Excuse me. So I have that. I'm going to rethread my machine to the blue, and as Chris said earlier, always cut and pull your thread out that direction. Okay, Matt, make sure and wave at me if there's questions out there I can answer. So I get sewing here and don't look at questions. Okay, I've changed to blue, and I am still going to just keep the cream color in the bobbin. So there's that. Make sure that this is out, covers that for the C, and we're going to stitch that down. Just out of these 5 letters that they've given us, I've thought of several different words or things that you can do for this, and the variety of different words or letters, initials of your children, your grandkids, whatever the case may be, that you could use this particular one for. But also Kimberbell has the other designs that you can use for that, for different things. Okay, I've stitched that out. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cut out my letter. Okay, So I'm going to use these trusty, wonderful Kimberbell scissors that we have here, and I'm just going to cut close to my stitching. And again, you use the duck bill on the top. I know I've said this before. When I first started using duck bill scissors like this, I went out and researched which direction to use these for, and I got a lot of different opinions out there. So some people say, oh, it doesn't really matter. Some people put the duck bill on the top, some people put the duck bill underneath. And so then I went straight to Kimberbell and said, okay, so what do you guys recommend? And they are recommending that you use the duck bill on the top. Okay, so there's that. I've stitched that. I've cut that out there, and then I'm going to trim that just a little bit closer on my curve right there. It does make a cute little stitch on the top of this. It's a different one. It's kind of a flower candle wicking type stitch that I really liked it. Okay, so there's that on there. Then we're going to put this back into our machine, and it's going to do our fun little outline. Okay, this takes a couple of minutes, and so if anybody has any questions out there, let's see what we got. This, like I said, this is a really simple little quick project, and yeah, I'm with you, Carolyn. I love this project. This was really fun. I did this the last few days, and it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, the Chenille alphabet CD that you could use for alphabet, that you could do any letters you want. That is a fun one to do. Yeah, when I got my Bella box, I was really excited about it. I opened it up and I thought, oh my goodness, is there anything else that could be more creative than this? Just a fun box this time. I love the colors, and this right here alone was something that was a game changer for a lot of people. I'll tell you that. I gone out and I searched a little while back a tape dispenser, and I found one, a clear acrylic one that fit really well for the Kimberbell tape, but it wasn't heavy, and I had to hold on to it as I pulled my tape out, and it wasn't as heavy as this one is. So this is really nice because it's heavy enough that it just stays in place as you're doing this. Yes, we're using a wash away stabilizer on this, and we have those in our Kimberbell pop-up shop, and you can use your Bella Box 15 coupon code to purchase the wash away stabilizer. It works really nice. Let's see. The Chenille alphabet, I believe, is on our website. I'll double check with that and see what we can do for you, Judy, to see if maybe we can find that Chenille, because I know I have it, and I know I got it from here, so I'm thinking that whether we're out or not, I will double check that too. No, this wash away stabilizer is not a sticky back. It's just a regular wash away that you would use like for freestanding lace, or a project like this where it's in between something that needs to, that you could, it will wash out. So no, it's not the sticky back. Okay, where is the pop-up shop? What you do is you go to our website, mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. You can either go down to, as on our front page, you can go down to Kimberbell. Click on Kimberbell, and then over onto the left-hand side, there is a drop-down box. That one says categories. If you will click on that, down below under categories, it will say pop-up shop. And then you just click on that and it will take you right into the Kimberbell pop-up shop. So that's how you find our Kimberbell pop-up shop, is on our website. Okay, it's pretty simple to find. But if you have any questions or at all, please don't hesitate to call our customer service, and they will be there and can help you to find that. Okay. So that's really easy. I love this little flower. It's little flowers on this all around the letters, and it's the same for each letter. So that's really fun. Okay. So now it has done that. And so then what you do is you take your hoop out of your machine, and then we're going to bring it back over here to our workstation. Okay, then what you're going to do at this point is you're going to turn this over to the back side of your hoop. Okay, so just very carefully turn this over. And what I like to do, especially on this, like this 5x7 or something, I'm going to take my Kimberbell box or anything, any other kind of a container or box or whatever, and I'm going to place my hoop right onto that like that. And it gives it kind of a flat surface so that if I press on this, I don't have a tendency to push my project out of my hoop. Okay, then I'm going to take another piece of my felt that I've cut into the 5x6 piece, and I'm going to lay that right over the top of it. And as you can see right through there, you can see exactly where you need to put that. And then I'm going to take my tape again, and I'm going to tape that. So at this point, sometimes I have a tendency to push a little bit too hard on my project, and I don't want to push it through my hoop. So that's why this Kimberbell, the scissor container works really great for this. Okay, and I'm going to put that tape on there like that. I'm going to grab another piece here, and I'm going to tape this down onto my, you could do the corners. That's probably a really smart thing to use, to do the corners, if you'd like. In fact, I think I'll switch it over here and do my corners instead of the edges, because the corners have more of a tendency to pop up than the edges do. So right there on there. So I'm going to tape that down good like that. Okay. And then I'm going to very carefully take this back and put it into my machine again. Okay. Now, at this time is where, if you haven't, you would want to put a cream. Okay, then I'm going to check it really good on the underneath side. Just kind of pull my hoop up a little bit here and check and make sure that it hasn't unfolded or come undone at all, to make that nice and flat. Okay, so at this point is where I'm going to change my thread again to the cream colored thread on the top and the bobbin. So if you don't have cream colored bobbin, I would recommend it, but a white works too. It's on the back side. It's really not going to show an awful lot. So, but I did want to make sure and have it on the top. Okay. Okay, great. How can you stitch letters other than create with the Bella Box stitching? that is. Does the chenille package use the same? I'm not sure if the other, let me find out the answer to that question there, Judy, and we'll find out what stitching the chenille one does use. If I don't get an answer before the end of this class, this one, I'll research that for you and I'll have them posted again later today in one of the other ones. So I'll find out that for you. Okay, I've put this back in my hoop, back in my machine. I'm going to do, what it's going to do is going to go do a stitch all the way around. And also it's going to, yeah, it's going to do the stitch all the way around. Yes, that's a good thing, Jeanette, to always do the tape in the corners. Okay. Did I use a different color on the back? No, I just use, it's just the same felt, if that's what you're asking, Betty Jo. But the bobbin thread is a cream colored bobbin. Okay, so that it coordinates with the top. It is on the back, so if you don't have a cream colored bobbin, you could always use a white, whatever works for you. So either way, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but I did use a cream colored bobbin. That's what I've kept in the machine the whole time. And somebody asked about a needle. I believe we're using a 7512. Okay, so it's stitched all the way around. Now it's going to do the little eyelet holes. Okay, and I'll show you how to do those, what that does. So this does the little eyelet holes so that we can put our ribbon in that, so we can use it to string our banner. And I thought, you know, I almost was tempted to use like a jute or just some kind of a twine of some sort to do this too. Doesn't necessarily have to be a ribbon. I like the ribbon. They give you 3 different colors that you can use that I've used on mine, and I believe Barb used the same color on hers all the way through. There we go. That was short and simple. It was really easy. That sound just told us that our embroidery is finished. Okay, so now we're going to bring this back over here, and we're going to take this out of our hoop. Okay, and pop that out. Okay, my hoop over there, and then I'm just going to go to the back here, and I'm going to take this tape off here, and then I'm going to take a pair of scissors here, and what they have you do is cut on that first placement line that you put on, that very first line. So you'll notice there are 2 lines, and you're going to want to 2 stitching lines. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut on that first stitching line. Okay, and I found that if I cut right on it, it cuts those stitches just enough that I can pull those threads out. So I'm going to cut that right like that all the way around. Okay. Just cut right on that line through all the thicknesses. Okay. So we're cutting through all 3 thicknesses. So you're going to cut through the felt, your stabilizer, and the back piece of felt. This is so quick and easy. It's so fun. Such a fun project. Okay, there you go. Now, I know a lot of people are like, this wash away stabilizer, you've got a little bit of pieces left here. I know a lady in one of my classes before had said that she takes her scraps of wash away stabilizer and saves them until she gets enough to where she takes them into, puts them in some water and then uses it as a spray starch. So yes, and Toby, you could use a rotary cutter. A rotary cutter would work. They just have scissors, and that's the easy thing right here at this point in time. But yes, I think a rotary cutter would work. And I agree, pinking shears would be so cute. I totally agree on that point too. Pinking shears. I thought about that last night when I was getting everything ready, and I thought pinking shears would be super. Okay. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can do to to do these holes in here. I know that there's a couple of little tools out there that will actually, the same tools that they use to do the holes for the fairy lights in Twilight Boulevard and Main Street Celebration, and those, they have the little eyelets, and you can use that little hole punch thing, or you can just use a pair of scissors. And so that's what I use, because I don't have one of those. I just took my scissors and just take the tip of them like that and poke it in there. And if your scissors are sharp, they'll work really good, and those aren't quite sharp enough. I'm wondering, let's see if I can find, those would work. I think these would work good. I'm going to put that back in there. These scissors from Kimberbell should work really good. Yep. See how I've just taken that and I poked that right through. Let's see. Let's put it right there. You can see how that comes through like that. So you poke that through like that, and I just have taken and twisted a little as I go in, and make sure that it doesn't cut your threads. So that has made a nice little hole as I've taken and poked that in there. And just kind of twist it around. You can clip it if you need to, but be really careful not to clip your stitching. Okay, again on this side, I'm going to poke that in there, and I'm going to just kind of twist that, clip it a little so I don't, make sure I don't cut my stitches. But yeah, there, that worked great. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Poke that in there. Then I'm going to take a piece of this ribbon that they have, and again, I think a piece of, like I said, a piece of twine, a piece of jute, anything like that would work really, really good on this. And they give you 3 colors, so that makes it nice too to use. That tape on there. I'm just going to snip that off. Okay. Says about 5 inches is what they say, is to use a piece of about 5 inches. I struggled with a little, I think they give me plenty of ribbon here in this, and I struggled, you know, with my fingers and everything trying to, I cut mine about 7 inches. And then I trimmed it a little bit, so whatever works for you is good, but I used about about 7 inches. Okay, then I took my R&K turning tool. It has a nice little ball point on the end of it, and I took my R&K turning tool and from the back side, and I just took that and poked that right in there, and it popped right in. But that has a nice ball point on the end of it, so I was able to do that. So, and it worked out really nice, and then you just kind of work that around and straighten it out. And you've got your ribbon in there, and you can string each one. So as you do these, you just string them together. You can put them close together like this, right up to each other, and then as you drape it, it opened it up this way, like that. Okay? Or you can put a little bit of space between them. Whatever works for you is great. So, Barb, does Stacy start at what time?
Well, she should start at 12.
At 12? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a little bit of a break here for you.
Or you can keep talking.
I don't know how much.
Do they have any questions?
I don't know that. I've asked that, and I think I've answered some of their questions here. And how do you get on the mailing list? The email list, just go in and send us an email, and they can get you on our email list to get the newsletter. Is that right? Yeah? Yeah?
Sign up on the website too.
What size hoop did I use? I used 5x7 on this. Now, I will tell you, when I did mine at home, I used a big hoop. I used an 8x12, and I did 3 of these at once.
Did you?
I did.
I did not.
I did. I thought, because first of all, it saved on my stabilizer,
yeah.
And second of all, it went really fast because I could do boom, 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 boom. It worked. Yeah. I did 3 in my bigger hoop. So if you have a bigger hoop, even if it's a little bit bigger, you could do 2 at a time. But I was able to get 3 in one hooping. So that saved me some time, and it saved me stabilizer, and it worked out really nice. The projects in the box, in the Kimberbell box, in the Bella box, are made so that anybody can do them with either, you know, your smaller hoops or whatever. So that makes it really nice. But if you have a bigger hoop, you can do them more than one in a hooping. So I did. I did 3 of mine in one hooping. So I only had to hoop it twice.
Well, you're
I was
spoiled.
Like, I gotta get this done.
There you go. I love how you did this.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so cute.
I found that because the instructions said to leave a 5-inch ribbon, that was way too short.
That's what I told them to.
Did you already?
I did. I said I used 7 inches.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
I did 6 finally.
I thought,
7 would be even better.
They gave you tons and tons of ribbon, so you've got plenty of ribbon to use. And I also showed them I did different colors of ribbon on mine. Barb did one color of ribbon on hers. Do whatever you want, whatever works for you. And I said, you know what would be really cute too would be a piece of twine, a piece of jute, anything.
I saw somebody on the Facebook this last week that have already done theirs, and they use those cute little pom-poms in between them, and that was so cute.
That would be really cute. You know what? Create.
Imagine
what you want.
Create. I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
It was fun. I really, really had fun making this, and they are so cute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, on this second one, I'm going to use all the polka dots on it, and so that they're all the same.
Love it.
And so I picked out all the polka dots out of the charm pack, and I'm going to do the next one I'm going to use all just the polka dots.
Perfect.
So there you go.
Sandra.
So there was a couple of questions on the alphabet, the one that Kimberbell has. Do you know what stitching they have on those?
You mean around the outside?
Right.
I think it was a candle wicking, but I could be wrong.
I said I will research that and find out, because I wanted somebody asked that question, and I said I'm going to research that and find out. Correct.
On the pennants.
Correct.
I wish, you know what, I have it on my computer, but my computer's doing something else
Okay,
right
well,
now.
yeah, we don't want to disrupt that. That's for sure. So anyway, this was really fun. Go out there, create your own, do your own thing, whatever colors you want, and just have fun with it, because this was a fun project.
Okay,
I
did
really
you talk
enjoyed
about
it.
the discount?
I did. I said
Did
use,
you?
and I told them how to get to the pop-up shop.
Okay. Did you talk about how they enter for the prizes?
Oh.
Oh.
I see people on here that said share.
Share. If you share it, you are entered.
Okay.
You share it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No,
Go ahead.
You have to have me.
I
Just a
said-
minute. You have to have me.
Oh, sorry. somebody had said that our machine embroidery letters from my girlfriend's quilt shop, the ones that we have digitized, were out of stock. They're not out of stock. So for some reason that number shows out of stock. I just updated it. It is an immediate download. So if you're looking for those letters that we've digitized, you can find them. They're available on our website. It's $24.99 for the entire alphabet. Club members, you did get half off on that.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
Perfect. Thanks, Chris.
She's not far
Oh,
away.
no,
Is she?
she's not.
She's always watching.
I'm
gonna lock the door.
She's keeping us on track. She's keeping
Well,
us.
I'm
making sure-
glad. I'm
Yes.
glad that she
Oh,
knows.
totally. I'm just like, yeah, for sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
Thanks
so,
for the help. Okay.
So
you
everybody
went to
knows how to win the prizes. They know how to do some
my
shopping.
goodness. She says Tammy has said she went to the Kimberbell website to order her a Bella box, and they're sold out.
No, they're not.
I don't know.
How could they be?
Well, I know it's a limited number.
I know it is a limited, but really?
That's what she's
Okay,
saying.
don't give
so,
up. Maybe they still
yeah.
have some. Don't give up. Go
There
on a
might,
waiting
maybe
list
there
if you
is
have
a
to.
wait list. I don't know. There
Oh
could
wow.
be. Good. Share all
Wow.
this. Share this.
Oh
Share
dear.
this. She's like Santa Claus. You're right.
Yes. Yes.
Waiting all the time, watching all the time. That's exactly right. And I hope I'm on the nice list and not on the naughty list.
Well, let's see. The next project we're doing, you have a choice, naughty or nice.
Okay. Okay.
All right. I think that we need to. And do you have anything more you want to say?
I don't. This has been really fun, and come back in 15 minutes, and you'll
And
see
Stacy will be ready. She'll be working out of the sand. Anyway, there we are.
Nancy wants to know, how does she share it?
You hashtag. Do you hashtag or Chris? Do you hashtag or do you at? I don't really know. I don't know either. I expected her to walk in.
People are wanting to know how to
How
share.
do they share? How do they share it? At. We didn't know.
Just hit. There is a share button.
Okay.
Okay, on
Or
the
if you
bottom
put-
right of your screen, there's a share button.
Or
Matt,
if
thank
put
you.
At. Thank you, Matt.
Thank
Matt
you.
knows. Matt is young.
Yeah.
He knows his stuff.
Which
Yeah,
project is
Matt knows
next? Is the bookmarks.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah,
he said.
they're gonna do the hit the share button. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Deidre. Hit the share
Thank
button.
you. All right. I think
Just
we
hit
need
the share
to.
button. But yeah, our next projects are the bookmark, and Stacy will be here with you shortly. 10 minutes or so. So have
And
fun.
at
and
12:30, so we have Stacy at 12 to 12:30, and then we're going to bop, and Lisa has it from 12:30 to 2:30, and she is going to do the folio.
The folio.
Which is a more involved project. She won't do the whole
No,
thing.
it'll just
but
be.
she will give you the highlights so that
Yeah.
you feel confident that you can do
I
it.
think she'll go over the clear blue tiles.
Yeah, she definitely
that
will because
help.
that's a new technique.
Yeah, and I
And
know
then-
that Kimberbell has a few videos out there too.
Yeah,
that
they do.
They can help with
And
too,
then at
but-
4 o'clock, I'll be back. Actually, I'm going to help Lisa too, so I'm going to be here all day.
Oh, good for you. You're just
All right,
there.
everybody.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you so much for joining us. And